We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd and 9, Lance buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Flushed out right.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And picked up by the Chargers. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Running on 1st down, Eckler.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Eckler. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
In his own end zone, it's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think we got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on 1st down, but they came right back on 2nd down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a 1st down.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoff.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now goal for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 27, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Allen's first catch, good for a 1st down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in his first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They snap it to Herbert. And that's complete to Trey McKinney, the tight end. He's got the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, Chargers.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
McCann's got it teed up. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, you get a chance to hit one, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Lance.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Niners at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, Lance forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Okay, ready? An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ready? Throwing now is Lance. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 102 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the 29, Lance escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
The Lance going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. 4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They started on the ground with Eckler. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a give running left is Eckler. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great
rush coming, and he's taken down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Here's Lance to throw it. Being chased out left. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Gerald Everett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. Dances by him. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
This is a counter play. Eckler. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now a play fake. Lance. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
John, 17. Ready?
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And Lance now to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Once more, here's Eckler. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Eckler, they run left side. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A handoff from Mitchell running left. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Up the middle with Eckler. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ready.
On play action, Lance out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Blue strikers. Claws red. Black ultra.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Desperation time here. Lance. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because it was such great. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Niners turn over 5 touchdowns at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe a merciful partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Lance and company going on 4th down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Dancing to his left, and he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain, second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Herbert now. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert throwing again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D's. They score a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Chargers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale